Good afternoon. Welcome back for another week of Daily Fantasy NASCAR. I'm Chris Terrell, and I'm here for dailyfantasysportsrankings.com, DFSR.com for short. As always, I'm going to go through some of my top plays for this week. We're looking at the AAA 400 Drive for Autism. We're going to start at DFSR.com. We're going to go through to my article, and I'm going to kind of get you started here on how to download the cheat sheet and how to create your own copy so that you can make your own models. So if you click on Other on the tabs here at the top of the page, you're going to find my article right there at the top. We're going to click on that. You can read through. I got some of my top trends for the week looking at current form 2-year, current form career track history, as well as some 1 mile short track history, current form, things like that. A couple early week picks before any of the qualifying. This is where you're going to find the video as well. And then at the bottom, you're going to find the cheat sheet. So you can click on the Race by Rent Street cheat sheet link here, or you can click on the actual weekly cheat sheet. It's going to open up a Google Sheet. And once you open up that Google Sheet, the one thing you're going to want to do first is go up to File, make a copy, name it whatever you like, hit OK, and by doing that, it's going to allow you to sort the columns and make your own models. And as you see here, each week I put in, we got here row 3, that's where I put from AS over to BE. That's where I weight each thing, looking at track type, history, and then more importantly into the weekend, into the practice and qualifying ranks. The other sheet is the race by race trend sheet. It kind of goes through race by race what each driver's salary was, their difference from last week to this week, and their difference from this week to season average. And then there's also DraftKings points trend from each race, season rank, and then GPP ownership from about 4 or 5 different tournaments that I track on a weekly basis. So one guy that stands out, I guess, right here on the start here is Martin Truex Jr. As you'll see, he's down $800 this week, and as you're going to see coming up here on the other cheat sheet, he's going to be one of my top plays this week. He showed a lot of speed, same with pretty much all the Toyotas. So we'll jump over into the main cheat sheet and get into some of my top plays. We're going to start with the guys in dark green. Those are going to be the guys I think are going to dominate the race, have a chance at leading a lot of laps led. And I also, looking back at the last 3 or 6 races here, what we're going to see from guys that led the most laps are they started in the top 10, so there's a high correlation there. Kevin Harvick first last year, 117 laps. The fall race last year, second and third, Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch started 187, 102 laps led. Even Jimmy Johnson was third with 90 laps, started 8th. Year before, we had Martin Truex Jr. starting second, Kevin Harvick starting 6th, and Denny Hamlin way down here. He started first, led 118 laps. The only year where someone didn't start outside the top 10 was in the top 3 in laps led, or led over, say, in the 90, 85, 90 lap range, was Kevin Harvick, where he pretty much dominated the whole race, 355 laps led, started 15th. He made it up to the front pretty fast there. So definitely finding that Dominator is going to be important this week. So my top picks for that is going to be Kyle Busch. He qualified on the pole this week, and then came out. He was he was fastest in second practice, third in final practice, so he's showing a lot of speed, so he should be able to get up there. Has a good chance at leading 100, 200 laps this week. The other guy, Martin Truex Jr., he's number 1 in the overall model. He's led a lot of, like we just seen here, he's led a lot of laps here before. He started in second, and he was 3rd and 4th in the final 2 practices. A couple guys that looking at now, we're going to jump into some place differential values. Jimmy Johnson stands out. He started 14th, and he was 4th and 2nd in final practice. So he's another guy that could possibly jump up there quick and also lead a lot of laps. So he could kind of work both ways for you this week and give you value all around. So he ranks inside the top 5 in the overall rank as well. Kevin Harvick starting 18th is a nice value for him. He hasn't shown, he got faster through the weekend, going 12th, 6th in the final 2 practices. Could probably even get faster than that. He's definitely going to be a top 5 car, I think. We're looking at track type. He's really good at 1 mile tracks, and he's been pretty good here as well at Dover. Kyle Larson's number 2 in the overall model this week. He's starting 5th. He was fastest in opening practice, slowed down a little bit after qualifying in practice 2, but then came out and he was fastest in final practice again, so I think he makes another he could definitely be a dominator this week as well. could definitely get in the victory lane again as well. Chase Elliott's another one that I think could be a place differential value, starting 16th. He hasn't shown top 10, anything inside the top 10 in the final 2 practices, but I discussed in the article, he finished 3rd in his first 2 races here in his rookie season last year, so I think they can make the right adjustments throughout the race and he can get up there in the top 5 again. And if he does get in that top 5, he's an excellent value at 9,600, starting 16th with that place differential value. Matt Kenseth shows up. Not totally convinced that he can get up there and finish inside the top 5, but he did show top 5 speed in final practice, so he's more of a GPP play for me. The Toyota showed a lot of speed this week there, and he comes in the mid 9K range, so he kind of shows up there as well. Logano, I like that he started in 26, but they've really struggled to find speed, but they are an elite team. I think they can put it together. He's going to be a GPP play, and I think possibly a lot of people might see that 19th in final practice and maybe avoid him, so he could come in outside the top 5 in ownership this week. Clint Boyer started in 22nd, kind of like as a place differential play this week. He came out 19th in the practice on Saturday morning and then 11th in the afternoon in final practice, so he got better through the weekend. Like to see that as well. Ryan Blaney started in 15th. He was kind of the opposite. He was 2nd in the first practice on Saturday and then 15th in final practice, so not really sure. More of a GPP play with Blaney this week. Good to see that he showed some top speed but lost it in final practice is just concerning a little bit, I guess you could say. Consistent driver that I like this week is going to be Kurt Busch. He doesn't provide a lot of place differential value starting 6th, but he was 5th and 7th in final practice, so he's been consistently right around that 6th spot, so anywhere inside 6th I think he could probably grab a top 5. He's been struggling lately, so he's probably going to be low owned as well. Jamie McMurray is probably going to be my favorite play in the mid-range at 8,200, starting 19th this week, and he showed top 10 speed in both final 2 practices, so definitely great value on him this week. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. could be GPP play. Would have liked to see him start outside the top 12. He made it into the final round in qualifying, showed top 10 speed in second practice, 13th in final practice. And then down at the bottom, I like Chris Buescher as well. He's starting 29th this week, but did show that top 20 speed, 20th place. So anywhere in that 20th to even 22nd, I think he picks up enough points to cover his $6,300 salary. And then one play I really like in the bottom, if you're playing stars and scrubs, I built a lot of lineups with Kyle and Jimmy this week, or even Kyle and both Kyles there, Busch and Larson, Harvick and Jimmy. Playing that stars and scrubs game, I like looking at Jeffrey Earnhardt. He's starting dead last, so he's got 0 negative place differential value this week, and 39th place pays 5 points on DraftKings, so he's pretty much guaranteed 5 points this week. And I think even if he finishes around that, that 34th place, that's 10 points plus 5 for the place differential. You can be around 15 points, which for sub 5K, I think it makes a lot of sense this week. So yeah, those are some of my top plays. If you have any questions leading up to the race tomorrow, you can hit me up on Twitter at Jaeger_bombs9, or you can jump over into the DFSR chat room. So on any page on the DFSR, once you log in, you can click on the public chat room, and you can see all the names here on the left. You can click on my name specifically if you have any private message questions you want to ask me, or just jump right into the chat here and we'll talk. I will be online from right about 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning, right up until lineup block. So jump in, ask some questions, and let's see some green screens this week. Remember to hit the like button on the YouTube video. Subscribe for any of my future videos. Do pretty much all sports. MLB right now is going hot, so you're trying to get 2-3 videos of those a week, so you'll get instant notifications of that. Again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.